Emily was a young and beautiful woman who came to a tropical island for a vacation. Alex, on the other hand, was a mysterious and attractive man from the locals. Unbeknownst to both of them, they would be drawn into a dark fate. When Emily arrived at the island, she found peace in the turquoise sea and the shade of palm trees. That day, as she walked along the beach, she was captivated by the deep, mysterious eyes of Alex. Likewise, Alex fell in love with Emily at first sight. In a short time, they both became deeply attached to each other with intense feelings. They would take long walks together, have romantic dinners, and spend hours on the beach. They believed nothing could overshadow their happiness, or so they thought. However, as the vacation progressed, Alex's behavior began to change oddly. At first, it was small things, sudden fits of anger, strange jokes, eyes lost in the shadows. Emily tried to ignore them, but a sense of worrying grew inside her. One night, Alex suggested a romantic walk on the beach. Emily happily agreed, but as they walked on the beach, Alex's behavior changed suddenly. His eyes turned to Emily with a sad look, and he began to tell her something. The words that came out of Alex's mouth horrified Emily. Alex spoke of an old legend of the islanders, the pursuit of the shadow. According to the legend, those who were targeted by a dark shadow on the island couldn't escape it. This shadow represented their deepest fears and consumed them. At first, Emily thought Alex was joking, but when she saw the seriousness in his eyes, she became afraid. For a moment, the trust she felt in Alex disappeared, and she realized she was alone on the island. After that incident, Emily began to have nightmares. Every night, a dark shadow followed her, and she felt its breath on her neck. When she woke up, she trembled with fear, longing to feel safe with Alex. But Alex's behavior became increasingly strange. One day, Emily saw Alex secretly talking to the locals. She listened and learned that Alex had sinister plans for her. Alex wanted to make Emily a victim of something terrible. In a panic, Emily decided to run away, but as she fled, she realized something was wrong. The mysterious powers of the island didn't allow her to escape. That night, Emily and Alex had a terrible confrontation. Emily saw Alex's true face and had to defend herself. Alex attacked her, but somehow Emily managed to escape. In a panic, Emily ran and hid in a cabin, but Alex found her and they began to fight. Emily looked around in desperation and saw a rifle. With the last bit of hope, she grabbed the rifle and pointed it at Alex. Alex approached threateningly, but Emily was determined. Finally, she pulled the trigger and killed Alex. Alex's lifeless body fell to the ground, covered in blood. Emily stood there, trembling, looking at Alex's body, devastated. But at the same time, she felt a bit relieved because now she had defended herself. But she couldn't stay there. She gathered herself, took a deep breath, and left the cabin. She ran through the forest, desperate to escape the dark and mysterious atmosphere of the island. After a long time, Emily finally reached the edge of the island. She found a boat and boarded it to leave the island behind. As she sailed away, Emily's heart lightened, but the traces of fear and horror remained within her. A few days later, Emily finally returned home. However, the experiences she had on the island still haunted her. Every night she felt like Alex's ghost was following her. In her sleep, terrifying nightmares troubled Emily. Over time, Emily managed to forget what happened on the island, but it had changed her life forever. Now, like a ghost always wandering awake, she had to live with her past. Emily was never the same again, but her experiences gave her strength. Now, she had the power to overcome any challenge life threw at her, and perhaps she had helped the shadow of her inner darkness to take its revenge.